Okay, what we have here is the Mark III version of the Pneu-Presso. It has some advantages over the original models that I worked with. The main thing is that it is now made out of copper and brass rather than PVC. The problem with PVC was that as it gets hot, the PVC weakens significantly, and it means you can't put high pressure and have really hot coffee at the same time. So this thing heats itself up, has a means of heating itself up, and also a means of having high pressure. Now the unit is similar with the bayonet fittings that the standard Presso unit has. It has a brass base and a copper tube here. The tube has been soldered into the brass base. The brass base has a valve in it so that you can fill the unit with water and preheat it prior to putting the portafilter in there, so that you don't get the coffee hot or wet before you actually prepare the shot. There's another tube here that goes down to the bottom, which enables you to siphon the water out of there, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. There's a wooden handle here because the unit gets bloody hot when it's full of hot water. Okay, so we now lock it in place with the standard bayonet fitting. We lock the pressure valve closed, we leave this one open, and we get the hot water and pour that into the top of the unit. And after a little while you'll see that the water starts to come out the end here, so the unit is being heated up and the cooled water is coming back out through the tube. So you do that for as long as you feel is necessary to get the unit hot, and it will siphon itself dry. Then when the unit is hot enough, you turn off that valve and fill it with water ready to make the shot. And you could also warm up your cup at the same time. Good idea. Now we take the top and place it on the unit and screw that down. Now this is where you need the wooden handle, because the copper tube at this point is very hot. Okay, so that's all turned in. We now take the cup, get rid of the hot water, put that in there, get the preloaded portafilter with its shot of coffee in there, lock that down nice and solidly, put the cup in, make sure the pressure valve is closed, and we pump the unit up. Now at this point you can pump it up to say 2 bar, hold it about there, pre-infuse the coffee if you want to, whatever suits your taste. And the coffee is starting to come through now. We'll run the pressure up, and it goes up to 5.5 bar quite happily. 6 I can run to. It's maximum 6 on the gauge, and that prepares the shot. When you've reached the maximum, you can keep adjusting that, keeping that pressure up to whatever level you want, and when you've got your shot, you vent the pressure out and the gauge goes back to 0. There we have the coffee with crema, which we'll put aside for later. And at this point you now want to vent the water out of the unit, so it gets rid of all the water that's in there, and you also want to get rid of the water that's still inside the portafilter. So we'll lock that closed, lock the pressure one closed again, pump it up, and that will just purge all the water that's actually in the portafilter out. You can see it's coming out as foam now. We'll vent that off again. Get rid of that. And you now have a dry puck which you can get out there. So that's the unit. It's got the preheating available, it's got the high pressure unit that you can't get with the standard Presso unit, it's got the strength, and you can get a nice dry puck at the end. That's it. The Pneu-Presso Mark III.